Welcome to part 5 of the Yamaha R6 build. As luck would have it, it's started to rain, so you're going to hear the rain on the shed. It's not really a lot I can do about that. Today we're going to be bleeding the brakes. We're going to be giving the bike a bit of a deep clean, cleaning up the swing arm, the forks, axles, chain sliders, just everything, anything that's, you know, grubby. We're going to clean it all up so it's all ready to get the wheels back in, get the new carbon fibre panels on, and just bits and pieces. So yeah, today we'll start off by bleeding the brakes. I'm going to do this a bit of a different way than I probably normally would most of the time. I'm going to be bleeding the brakes off of the bike. So front brakes will be bled off the bike, rear brake will be bled on and off the bike. So there's a couple of reasons for that. So main reason being is I've had powder coated wheels before that have reacted to brake fluid, and it takes the colour out of them. That's not all powder coated wheels do that, but it happened with the last set that I had, and rather than risk it, I'm going to do it like this. And the second reason being the bike's in a position for me to do that, and everything's off of it, so we're just going to do it like that. Yeah, so we'll start off by first off blowing the brake lines out with the air line, just get any old dirty fluid out of there, and then I'll take the reservoirs off and clean all those out so all the fluid's gone out of them, and then we can start the process of getting them bled. So let's get on to that. That's everything cleaned up. That rear brake reservoir sort of tells you how or little this bike's been serviced, because it's actually dyed the reservoir yellow with dirty brake fluid, so it definitely needs this. So yeah, with the brake bleeding, there's a few different ways that you can go about doing it. Obviously you've just got your standard pump, stop, let the fluid out, and then you have your actual brake bleeding kits that you can use. But there's a few different ways, bit unorthodox sort of ways of doing them. I've seen, like with the massage gun, you can massage the line, get the bubbles to come up or the air to come up. And then another one I've seen with like a squirty gun, squirty bottle, you take the squirter off, you put it into a line and you just keep pumping it as it sucks the air out. Personally, I like to do it with a syringe. So I'll get a full syringe and then I'll put it into the pipe that goes into the brake master. The caliper that I'm bleeding will have a little tube on the caliper. So this will just hang into a bucket. I'll put the majority of a syringe through it, and then I'll tighten up the bleed screw. With the front, obviously we've got two, so I'll do one, then I'll do the other. Once I've done both of them, I'm then going to put the reservoir back on and top that up and just tap the line just in case there's any air bubbles in the line, and then I'm going to bleed the brake master, and we should get it first time. So that's the first one we do. With the back, obviously it's only one caliper and you can't bleed the brake master, so it will just be a simple fact of syringe on, pump the fluid through, shut off the bleed screw, put the reservoir on, top it up, tap that. We should have a brake straight away first time. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to get all the lines on and everything and get it set up, and then we'll go from there and hopefully get them done first time round. Let's see if we can get three easy videos in a row. Everything's set up and ready to go. Now I got Castrol React Performance .4. I don't really know if they make any difference, to be honest, but I think it was on offer, so and it looked good. It's Castrol, so fill up the syringe. Should do it. Now I've already opened up the 8mm down there. I'll do it with my left hand. Right, with these fronts I'm going to have to put 2 syringes through because the lines in that are so long and there's so much to fill up. Yep. There we go. So it's spitting air out. I don't know, you can't see that. So I've got a real steady flow now, no air bubbles, so crank the 8mm back. I'll leave that syringe on there for now. And now I'll tighten it up fully. So that caliper should be done. What I'll do is I'll set the camera up so you can actually see the next one, and yeah, you get a better idea of what's going on. Right, syringe is full again. Now I've cracked the bleed nipple on the second caliper, and now I'm just going to push the fluid through. Second. There we go. So a nice steady flow now. Shut that off. Tighten her up. And those 2 calipers, once I get the reservoir on, we should have a lever. So if that went right, that's the brakes bled. So I'm just going to sort out the reservoir now, and then we'll be on to the next bit. Reservoir's filled up. I've given the line a little tap just to get the air to come up if there was any in there. Now we're going to bleed the brake master. Just make sure it's not pushing those pistons out. Should be right. Yeah, we've got some bubbles. Just keep an eye on those pistons. Oh, they're working. She's looking good. Oh, plenty of air coming out there. Let's just check those pistons. I don't want them to push out too far. Oh yeah, we've definitely got a brake, that's for sure. All 4 pistons coming out, so that's the first time that's worked. So now I just need to get that last little bit of air out of that brake master, and she's good to go. So I'll show you. There you how the piston's going back in now, but there. We have brake, we have pistons. Yeah, we have brakes. So that's that all buttoned up for the front. That went perfect. I've put a little bit extra fluid in there because the pistons are all the way in at the minute. Still need to change the brake pads when the new ones come, so just a little bit extra because that will go down once they go in. Yeah, man, that process literally never fails me. It hasn't failed me so far. So, and the back brake is just even easier because you don't have to you don't have to bleed the brake master, and there's only one caliper. So hopefully that footage you actually got an idea of what I was doing. I didn't realise you couldn't see it first, but anyways, I've got to do the back now, so you might get a better idea doing that. But this all cleaned up, properly mounted now, fresh fluid, all completely flushed out, all the calipers have been cleaned up. Yeah, so that's another one off the list. We'll do the back. Once the back's done, we'll just give everything a clean down, ready for the, you know, the carbon fibre and the wheels and stuff like that. So yeah, let's hope the back one goes as well. I'm sure it will. I'll put money on it, but yeah, there we go. On to the next one. So just before I start the back brake setup, because I'm actually going to mount the rear set and then hang the caliper off and do it that way. Just keep it stable while I'm doing it. But I just wanted to show you this. So yeah, someone had zip tied the rear brake light sensor to the rear set, so that was the setup. So I made this, which I'm thoroughly proud of. I just had 2 little strips of alley sitting on the shelf, and yeah, just cut them down, bent it round so that could just tighten up in there, and then it mounts and the rear set goes over the top of it. And also with the rear set, I actually wanted to get it a couple mil off the swing arm, so it's done both jobs for me. It's served as a 3mm spacer and then a nice solid rear brake light sensor. So yeah, man, the little wins, I really enjoy that. Like when I found it, it's like, oh, what am I going to do? Do I change it to a what do you call it, like the sensor that goes on the actual line? Or, but you know, aftermarket rear sets, what application, what can you buy off the shelf? Oh, I just take 2 bits of aluminium off the shelf and just knock it up with a angle grinder and a rivet gun, and there you go, wicked. So what I'm going to do now is I'll throw the rear set on and we'll get that bled, and yep, on to that next. Okay, so with this one, or actually with the front one as well, I actually put some little bits of cloth in between the brake pads. Just easier to pull out than, you know, using something else. For when it tightens up, you can just whip these out. For instance, if you're using the pads that are in there and you put something sharp and you use that to pry it, you're going to chew the pads up. So I just put these in them. There's one in there already. So this is all bolted back up, set up. The lines are all tightened up. Bleed screw is undone. Tube for the reservoir is there, and I've got my syringe. So put the syringe nice and tight in the pipe that goes to the reservoir. I'll just give it a tap, get any air bubbles out of that line, and then we're just going to keep pushing the fluid through until we get a nice steady flow. You can't really see that, but that little tube is just pushed up against the edge of the tub, and I'll just keep pushing that and pushing that and pushing that until I've got a steady flow. I think I've probably got one already because it's not a very long line. So I'm just going to hold the pressure and then I'm going to shut that screw off. Yep, that's it. Work that out. Okay, so now leave that pipe up. Get the reservoir. Pop that back in. So if I stick it back on and screw it up, just to make sure it stays in place. Actually, do you know what I need to do? Let's not forget this, because that'll be a pain in the backside. Put that on. Yep. Okay. That has to be super tight. Now top this up with fluid. To the top. Get a little 8mm. And just tap any air out, and then the fluid will go down and fill that up. And all the air should be gone from this, and then all the air from the system should be gone. Now, and tighten up the bleed screw. We should, first time, we should have a brake straight away. So I'll give it a tap for good luck. Right, let's have a look. There she is. See it pushing in the pad? The cloth that I put in there. We've now got a brake. It's just slightly getting harder and harder. Job's a good one. Back brake done. Just give you a better idea of the back brake, because I don't know if you could see that with that cloth in there. There it is. And when I let go, the piston returns. Now I'm ready to do the clean up. I've got all the stuff off, rear sets, caliper, caliper hanger, all the chain guides and slides, and there's another chain guide actually I painted the other day, axle chain sliders. I'm going to do all the swing arm, the rear shock, the front end as well. Just get it all cleaned up nice. Anywhere that carbon fibre covers are going, just going to degrease them and then use some wax and grease cleaner. So they're all ready to go on. I'm on the front end as well. I'll do the gauges, give them a clean up, get all that back on the bike, and yeah, that'll be it. I'm not going to bore you with watching me do it, so I'll just get on with it. And it's raining pretty hard now, so you probably don't want to hear me talking with the rain in the background. So yeah, I'll get on with that, and then we'll see how it goes. There's everything on the bench all degreased, cleaned up, so it's looking a bit more presentable. Swing arms all cleaned up, rear shock's been done the linkage, some of the underside, so that's all in a position now that I can get the carbon fibre covers back on, eventually get the wheels in. Well, actually, because I've done all the brakes and stuff, we'll be able to get the wheels in, do the chain and sprockets soon. Front end, same, get the front wheel in. It'd be nice if the brakes turn up soon, the brake pads, so I can get them changed out. Air duct, fairing stay, and the gauges are all back connected up. Got the shift indicator back on there as well, so slowly starting to resemble a bike again. and yeah, we're making good progress. It's looking a lot more tidier. Tidied up some of the wires and stuff. Yeah, it's coming on good. And that's going to be a wrap for today's video. Another productive one. Everything went smoothly, and we got done what we wanted to get done. So I'm happy with that. The bike's coming on a lot quicker than I thought it would. So hopefully we'll be done soon. This week the fairings have turned up, so that meant that I could take the tank to the painters. He's colour matching it to the new fairings. Where else have we got? The new seats turned up, all the carbon fibre bits are getting sorted out. Still waiting on the brake pads, but I guess they'll get here when they get here. So anyways, that's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, drop us a like. If you want to follow the rest of the progress, then subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching. Time to go and have some dinner because I'm starving. See you on the next one.